Hey, starting out Sarah Solitary, it is Sarah, the itty bitty Celtic witch, and this week we are talking about Litha. So, this weekend coming up on June 20th or 21st, the summer solstice will be occurring, and in a lot of pagan religions and faiths and practices, it is a common practice to celebrate the summer solstice. And I guess to just talk about a little bit about what it is. So the summer solstice is a celebration of the time when the sun is reached its highest point in the world, in the Western Hemisphere at least, and it is summer for us. In the opposite, the Southern Hemisphere, Yule. So while we're experiencing summer up in the Northern Hemisphere, the Southern Hemisphere, like Katey Flowers, is experiencing Yule. So if you go about wishing people happy Litha, don't forget to wish them a happy Yule as well, because there's lovely pagan peoples everywhere. So for this summer solstice, I'm not entirely sure what I'm gonna do. I may just have a simple meditation where I reflect on the time of the year. I reflect on how the sun is so powerful up in the Northern Hemisphere right now. Reflect on how it's been a whole 6 months since it was Yule, and just what has changed, how the seasons have progressed, how the weather feels, how the environment is doing, and just reflect on those things. Some other things you could do, there's traditionally in Britain on Litha, people would build big bonfires and then save the ashes and carry them around for the coming season as a form of protection. You can also jump the bonfires for good luck, but I'm not advising this because that could be very dangerous. Considering I live in an apartment building, having a massive bonfire is really not on my to-do list, so I'm thinking more if I involve the fire element in my meditation, it will most likely be through lighting a candle. Which, just so you guys know, it's okay. It's okay if you're in an apartment, if you don't have access to big fires or whatever to celebrate. You can, sometimes you can go to a park and they'll have little bonfire pits. You could always have one there, or you could just simply light a candle, put out some warm crystal chips like citrine or yellow or orange calcite, red coral, just to get that feeling of the warmth of the summer heat, and just reflect on that. Reflect on how the seasons have changed, where you're at this point in the seasons, and conversely, if you are in the Southern Hemisphere, then see where you're at for Yule. How has your time changed? How has your life progressed since 6 months ago when it was for you, Litha? How is the world renewing itself during this restful period? It's so interesting that there's these two different opposite festivals and celebrations going on at the exact same time. It's just crazy to think that as we're sweating out buckets up here in the Northern Hemisphere, it's cooler and rainier down in the Southern Hemisphere, and how that affects our lives differently and how we see things differently because of the season that we are in. I think that if you don't have a lot of space, this Litha, light a candle, maybe put out an orange scarf or something just to make it more, to reflect the heat of the summer, and just meditate on how the seasons have changed and where you're at. So that's my 2 cents on Litha. I hope you guys have a lovely, lovely summer solstice celebration this weekend, or a lovely Yule. Many blessings.